Now I'm going to pass over to our Mr. Robert Goldmann, who's going to be our science teacher for today. Robert, I pass over to you and I will go on mute. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mr. Goldmann, I'm Head of Science, and I've been teaching science for over 25 years, so I'm very passionate about it. I believe that our future generations need science to save our world. So I've got 4 students from Earlscliffe, from various groups by now, and I'd like to introduce them to you. Just so that you have an idea of what kind of students we've got. Adrian, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Adrian. I'm from Switzerland, and I want to study chemistry because I want to be an engineer.
Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Inka. I'm from Romania. I'm 15. I've done GCSE Science in Mr Robert Chemistry last year, and I wish to go to university to study product design.
Hello, my name is Earl. I come from Slovenia. I'm 17 years old, and I also have done the GCSE course last year, including chemistry with Mr. Goldmann, and yeah, it really helped me a lot.
Hello, my name is Dasha. I'm from Ukraine. I'm 16 years old. I also done GCSE Science with Mr. Goldmann as well last year, and he helped me a lot as well. And I want to study art design.
So thank you very much. So what we're going to do today is we are going to show a very simple experiment, but even simple experiments can reveal a lot about nature, about life. And this experiment is based on nuts and using different types of nuts to work out their energy contents. So what the students are doing today, they're going to compare these nuts using a scientific method. So why is it important? Why is it different how we do experiments, how we do science here from other schools or from probably quite a big part of the world? Partly because we try to do as many hands-on experiments as possible, where students follow instructions, but also they are allowed to change the setup in certain ways. They are experimenting and they are preparing for the experiments, and they're also writing up the results, and they make and draw conclusions. So they learn to use equipment, they learn how to work together with other students, sometimes the weaker or stronger students, and they can make mistakes, they can make a mess, and they know how to fix it, how to prepare the equipment better, and they gain confidence in using the equipment. So today's experiment is an energy change experiment. We are going to ignite nuts. The nuts will surprisingly burn. They quite like this experiment. They've already done it. And the nuts burn, and the heat that the nuts give out is going to be collected and be using an equipment that I'm going to go through soon. And if that is all right, I'm giving you back to Mr. Wood.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to actually just now show you all, I'll put my video back on, sorry, apologies. We're going to show you a little bit of, because we did this a few weeks ago with some other students, so we're just going to show you at the beginning of the video so we don't see the whole of the experiment, a little bit of it. So hopefully you can see this at home. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but you can see that they were checking. So we started the experiment, we've got the ingredients, we've got different types of nuts. We've got water. And in the beginning of any class, we would start by checking the vocabulary to make sure all the students, because we've got students from all around the world, to make sure they understand the vocabulary. So we have peanuts, cashew nuts, hazelnuts, and now I'm going to pass back to Mr. Goldmann for a little bit, who's going to explain what happens in the experiment. Mr. Goldmann.
Thank you very much. So what we are doing, we are mounting these nuts on a needle, but before that, we have to measure the mass of the nuts. So students work out before and after the experiment how much is the mass of the nut, and what is actually lost during the experiment. That will be vital data for later on when they have a worksheet. And using the worksheet, they are going to work out the temperature change. Once the nut is burning, it's going to heat up a specific amount of water. The specific amount of water will be measured, is measured out using equipment like a measuring cylinder. And then they are going to look at the temperature change. And the temperature change and the mass difference is recorded in a table. And once they've got a table, once they filled in the table, they can work out the calorie difference and the mass difference of the nuts being burnt. And then they can compare the data, because the idea is how much energy was given out per gram of nut to decide which nut, the cashew, the hazel, or the peanut, gave out the most amount of energy. So that's in a nutshell. What helps students to work better is that they all have the vocabulary. So before the experiment, we usually go through the key vocabulary, and they all have it, and they all have a little vocabulary booklet where they work with the unknown words, and then we use online resources as well to work with the unknown words.
Thank you so much. So, Mr. Goldmann, if I understand correctly, there's three types of nuts, right? It's a cashew nut, a peanut, and a hazelnut. So I'm going to ask, to make this a little bit more fun for people watching at home, wherever people are in the world, if they would like to, in the Q&A, write down their prediction of which nut will burn the longest. In other words, which one will have the most energy. Do you think it will be the peanut, the cashew nut, or the hazelnut? So if you can write that on the Q&A, in the Q&A box, then afterwards I will have a quick look and see how many of us got this right. Doesn't matter if we get it right or wrong. That's not the point in science. It's about testing our scientific method and then seeing if we were right or wrong, and then what might be the reason for that. So I've seen one person so far, so we've got lots of people doing it, so we can have a few more people joining. I've got one answer for peanut so far. Let's see if anyone else would like to have a go back home. Have a few more answers. Okay, Mr. Goldmann, would you like to ask the students to make a guess? I know you guys could sort of might know, you already know the answer, so don't say it if you know the actual correct answer. What would you have predicted the answer to be? Okay, and then maybe why. Mr. Goldmann.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a very important part of every practical or every experiment that we have a clear idea of more or less what we want to have, what we want to get out of the experiment. So anyone's got any idea which one would be the best? Henry, which one do you think would burn the longest, would contain the greatest amount of energy? Have you got an idea? Which one would you say?
The cashew.
Right. Linda? Right, good one.
I don't like cashew nuts because we, compared to what we can read on the labels, right, when we buy them in the shops, they usually have a lot of energy if you read the back label of it. So my prediction is cashew.
Okay, thank you very much, Dasha.
I think peanut butter has a lot of oil inside and it's like just really oily nuts.
Thank you very much. So good and educated guesses we have from our students, because yeah, they've already seen labels. They are very, very open and know quite a lot about nature already. So thank you very much.
Okay, so I am now going to share the rest of the video so you can all see what the actual what happened in the actual class. Okay, so hopefully you can see the rest. A couple of other students doing this when we did it a few weeks ago. from Spain and Hong Kong. So here we are, we're getting the material ready. We've done it a little bit quicker for you, so you don't have to do it at home. Here we are burning the first nut and measuring as it heats up the water, how much energy is being used. You can see they're all wearing their safety equipment. And that's the nut. And they weigh the nut at the end to see the difference in the weight before and after the experiment to see how many calories have been burned, literally burned. Okay, and I'm going to stop it there. Okay, let me stop sharing. And we'll go back to our teacher, Mr. Goldmann.
So thank you very much. Our students done the experiment and they've collected their data. They were using mathematics to work out the per gram content, energy content of all the different nuts. And these are the results. So I don't know whether you can see them. So I'm waiting till you can zoom in on the whiteboard. So the hazelnut contains 4040 kilojoule per gram. It's given to you. Cashew contains 2,497, and peanuts contains 7,200. That was the experiment result. So if anyone voted for peanut, anyone? Yeah, Dasha voted for peanut. Those are the people who won. That's right. But this experiment was not conducted under standard conditions. So we have a lab equipment here, which is not like the same in same as a scientific laboratory where all the food are tested. So the next set of questions that the students get usually is how to improve the equipment, what would you change, and how to make this a fair test. Because as you could see the experiment, the nuts were burning with a sooty flame, so the combustion was not complete, and lots of other things were not ideal in the experiment, and then the students need to work out how to make it a lot better.
Amazing, thank you. Okay, so we're going to quickly, I know this may not work for everybody back home, but in order, when we do this, we do lots of, our students like to do different ways of making predictions and using different software. And we've prepared for you a Kahoot. And I know this isn't going to work for everybody back in Russian, but if you are able to join, if you've got a VPN, you can join, fantastic. If not, you can just watch along at home. And we're going to have our students play as well. So I'm going to open up a screen for us to be able to play Kahoot together with a few questions to do with this particular experiment. So if you can see, the code is 279558, or there is a QR code, if you're able to see that back at home. Okay, we've got a few people joining. We've got JJ joining us. That's great. We'll see, once we've got about 5 or 6 people, we'll just play along, and you can obviously watch it at home. If you can't play, you can obviously just guess at home and shout at your laptop or your phone. Okay, and we've got flowers, we've got V. We're gonna have maybe 2 more people join us. We've got QWERTY, very nice. And one more. Oh, we've got 4, one more. Oh, QWERTY's changed their, what's an owl? No, the eagle, is that an eagle? And one more. Okay, yes, one more. Amazing. NS, fantastic. Okay, great. We're gonna have a little game then. Okay, so we're gonna start now. You can join in later if you want to. That's fine. Here we go. I'm going to start it. Oh, we got Julian's. Fantastic. Oh, Alice, they're all coming. Amazing. Right, let me give you another, I'm going to give it another 15 seconds for more people to join. The more, the merrier. Okay, 5 more seconds. Let's start. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to read the question because I don't think you can see them on your screen. Okay, so it's predicting the different energy. You kind of know the answer to on this, but here's our little quiz. So question number 1, why do seeds need to contain energy? Is it red or triangle to help them float on water? Is it so animals, this is blue, so animals like to eat them? Is it yellow or orange to grow the right way? Or is it green to keep bugs away? Right, okay. Amazing, all right, fantastic. It's to grow the right way when they sprout. Okay, so 4 of you got that correct, fantastic. Okay, next question. I'll read them as quickly as I can. All right. Okay. We have a leader, Julian's. Fantastic. Just ahead of flowers. Remember, the quicker you answer, the more points you get, guys, in this game. Right. Who's next? Right. Next question. True or false? Okay. A seed full of oils and fats usually has more energy than one full of carbs. Is that true? That's blue. Or red? False. Okay. Lots of answers. This time we've got 10 answers. Wow. There's a lot more people playing. 11 answers. 7 of you are correct. Well done, that it is true. It does contain, an oily one does contain more energy. Okay, so oily foods, lots of energy. So flowers is the new leader. I wonder who that might be. All right, okay. Question 3 of 5. A cashew nut and a peanut, which one would have the most energy? All right, this is a bit of a trick question, I'm going to be honest with you. Is it a cashew nut, a peanut? They would have the same amount of energy, or you can't tell without doing the experiment. Okay, I've got some answers, 10 seconds to go. Okay, right. So I said it was a bit of a trick question. It's a bit naughty, okay, because you know the answer is the peanut. But in this time, we'd say you can't actually tell without doing an experiment. It's important to do experiments before we actually get our answer. So I'm going to say both of them are right. So sorry, guys, if you got the wrong answer for that one. It was a little bit hard. Okay, and then 4 of 5. Which type of food is the best at storing a lot of energy in a small space within a seed? Is it red, water, blue, sugar, yellow, salt, or green, oil, fat? Okay, very good. Most of you, you've got that right. It is oil and fat. It's great at storing energy. Okay, and we have flowers top of the leaderboard. And the final question for everybody playing along at home: how would you compare energy inside different nuts? By burning them to see how much heat they give off. That's red. Blue, just by looking at the size. Orange, by tasting them to see which is sweeter. Or green, comparing their masses. Which is the correct answer? Red, burning them, look at the size. Blue, yellow, taste them, or compare their masses. Very good. Pretty much everyone got that one right. It's by burning them. So you've been paying a lot of attention. Fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look at the podium. Let's see who's on top. In 3rd place, QWERTY. Okay, good use of the keyboard. Alice, fantastic. And then our winner is Flowers. So fantastic job by everybody. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Thank you very much for playing along. And now I'm going to pass back to Mr. Goldmann again. And I'm just going to ask in the Q&A, if anyone has got any questions for us. It'd be nice to have some questions for the students about learning science at the school or anything like that. I'm going to ask them some questions. Let me just have a look if we've got any questions. Wait, yes, we've got one here. This one is for Hadrian. Why do you think, Hadrian, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Yeah, he's on the left. There he is. Okay. Why do you think some nuts release more energy than others?
Can you repeat, please?
Yes. Why do you think that some nuts release more energy than others? Why do you think the peanut has got more energy perhaps than the other ones?
Because the nut peanuts maybe contains more oil. And oil we know that is like carbon lipids, and lipids like produce energy for the body.
Okay, amazing. All right, thank you. Okay, this is for anyone who would like to answer it. Anyone else? I don't know. Could you tell us what a science lesson is like at Earlscliffe, perhaps?
So yeah, science lessons at Earlscliffe are very exciting and entertaining. It's really basically you get an opportunity to transfer your theoretical knowledge into practical with a lots of experience, lots of also with that you have a support from Mr. Goldmann as well, and basically any of science teachers. They're always here to support you. They're always here to help you, and they're gonna make sure that you're gonna do the best you can in exams, in class, and whatever it is. So yeah, I really think it's a very, very great opportunity.
Thank you, Gal. Okay, and would anyone like to answer this question? How does teaching science or general teaching differ at Earlscliffe from your home country? And so, if you can say where you're from, and if anyone would answer that, how is teaching different at Earlscliffe? Who's going to answer?
Me.
Oh, thank you, Dasha. Where are you from, Dasha?
I'm from Ukraine, and the time when we start learning science in Ukraine is like year 7. So, and when I came in the stage year 7, apparently we had COVID-19. So like we used to sit just in classrooms, and we used to do like just like past papers and stuff. We never had practicals. So like in my home country, I never did any practicals. So like in Earlscliffe, it's my first time doing like something actually exciting.
Okay, thank you. There's still opportunity if anyone wants to ask any more questions in the Q&A. I've only got a few in there, but I've got one more question for you, Alinka, because you've not answered, so I'll make sure you're involved as well. Tell us what your favourite thing about Earlscliffe is, please.
My favorite thing about Earlscliffe is the fact that school and boarding houses and the activities are balanced in this perfect way that we get this great education, but we also get to communicate and interact with different people from different countries and get to know their culture and languages.
Okay, thank you so much. I have a question here from Violetta in the group, and it says, who can I study abroad and I need for this? What do I need to do for this? Contact us. All right, I will obviously you can speak to us or speak to your agent, and we can help you and see what different things you can do. We offer different links. Of course, I don't want to spend too much time telling you what you can do here, but please contact the school. If you go on our website, you'll be able to find a little bit more about how you can enter Earlscliffe, right? My name's Andrew Wood. You can see it on there. So my email address is just that, Andrew Wood as one word, @earlscliffe.co.uk. And you can contact me, or you can see Jenny Seed is also on there as well. Is there anyone else who would like to ask a final question? Violetta, thanks. You're welcome, Violetta. Amazing. If there's anyone else, if not, I think we can say that's it for today. Mr. Goldmann, have you got anything? How would you finish this class? What would you do next if you were to continue doing this class, Mr. Goldmann? How would this continue, perhaps?
We would definitely need to do a write-up. So that's the hardest part of the experiment. They need to compare packaging data with their own data, so to see and validate their results. And they would need to fill in a form, fill in a worksheet where the questions are all about the different variables, what they controlled, what they should have controlled, and draw conclusions. So, and then with the write-up, a couple of days' work after this experiment, they would need to submit work, and then we would evaluate the results altogether. So that would be the homework for everybody.
Thank you so much. So everyone at home, you've got some homework as well. Thank you, Mr. Goldmann. Yeah, so just going back to that question from Violetta, obviously we would recommend speak to your agent to who will recommend the good schools for you to apply for. There's lots out there, so definitely get your expert advice from your agent. Okay, everyone, I think that's all we've got time for today. Thank you so much for joining us. It's really good. This is the first time we've done this. So, you know, thank you for joining us and being part of this today. Thank you very much.